Hey folks, welcome back to my channel. Wow, 2 videos in a week. That's pretty good. I can't complain. Me uploading 2 videos in a week has been a pretty rare and hard thing for me to do as of late. Just due to some stuff going on. If you are a subscriber and you've watched previous videos, you do know what's been going on. And if you don't and you want to, go ahead and look back and some of my videos, go onto my page and, kind of watch through. On my channel, I do EDC stuff. I have dip reviews and just other, life shit. Anyways, I thought I'd come on here today. I'm just finishing up lunch here and thought I'd come on and do a review that I had talked about doing in previous videos, or in my previous video I talked about that I was going to come on and do a review now that it had been, a few months since the purchase of my Glock 42. And with that being said, I am going to do a review of my Glock 42. I do carry everywhere I go when I leave the house. If there is a place that I can't go, that I can't bring my firearm into, that I have to go to, courthouse, post office, whatever it may be, but I can't, or my kid's school or whatever, and I cannot bring it in, I do have a safe under the seat of my vehicle where I can lock it up. Other than that, I try to not, if I'm not allowed to carry my firearm, I don't do business with that company, store, whatever it might be. I try and go somewhere else. But as far as the gun is concerned, I am carrying it in a On Your 6 holster. I ordered this holster online, and on this firearm, I have a TLR 6 tactical light and this is the one that comes with a laser, which is really nice. I'm not much of a guy for just lasers. I do like to have the light. God, this sun is retarded, ain't it? Holy bucket. And that ain't gonna do nothing. Anyways, we'll just have to deal with it. It's a ray of sun shining on me. This holster I ordered, it probably took 2 weeks to get it. I think I paid $45 for it. And like I said, it does have the option to have the TLR 6 with it. And it's a basic holster. There's nothing, no frills, it's no fanciness, nothing. It is just a basic holster, and that's what I need. I just need a basic holster. I don't need no fancy schmancy holsters. But as far as that, yeah, that's the holster I've been carrying it in. The firearm is loaded. Like I said, and I just reloaded it. Man, glad I pay attention. Always pay attention to what you're doing when you're holding a firearm. Now that I have unloaded it completely, I am going to place the mag over on the other seat so there's no ammunition by it. And there you'll be able to see that it's empty. Nothing in the chamber. It's dry as, well, that ain't gonna work, but anyways, it's dry. Anyways, it's been a good gun. I probably got about 500 rounds through it. I've had no malfunctions. It is really nice to have this gun. My normal carry gun is a Glock 19 with a TLR 1 HL on it, which is definitely a carryable firearm. I've carried that firearm every day since I got my carry permit. And it has been it's a gun that, you can carry, even with shorts. And I'm not talking swim trunks, but I'm talking any kind of cargo short. You put a belt on, boom, you can wear them. It's not that bad. It is a very easily concealable gun. But it is a easily carried gun. Now, that being said, a while ago I had gotten a hold of a Taurus PT-709 Slim, and I'd gotten it from a buddy, really cheap. And I thought, well, I don't need any more reasons to buy a gun. But the fact that I didn't have a smaller gun for carrying when I wore shorts, I thought, well, I'll buy it and I'll start carrying it and see what I think of carrying a smaller firearm. That gun is a 6+1 single stack mag. Not a very comfortable gun though, as far as for holding it. The grip is, uncomfortable. The trigger guard is also uncomfortable. Everybody talks about Glock knuckle. Yeah, you get a little Glock knuckle from Glocks, but the Taurus PT-111 or PT-709, brutal. So I had decided that if I was going to have a smaller firearm to carry in the summer when I'm wearing lighter clothing, I was going to go out and get a Glock. Went to the gun store. I buy my firearms from DK Mags. It's in New Brighton, Minnesota. They do have an online store. If you guys need, they will ship to an FFL, but check them out. It's a good group of guys. It's a small town shop, and they're the shit. But I went in there, started looking around. I had originally went in to look at a smaller firearm. I had kind of thought, well, I'm going to go get a Glock 43. Glock 43 obviously is a little bit more expensive. I did want to get because I had ordered the holster from this company. The holster for the Glock 42 and the Glock 43, wait, no, they weren't the same. I was going to order it, thinking they were close to the same, that it would end up fitting. However, it did not. So I'd done some searching online from DK Mags, went online, kind of went through the guns they had, and the Glock 42 was cheaper, and with it being a little bit cheaper, it was going to allow me to purchase the TLR6 for it and get a couple +1 base plates with the pinky extension. The Glock 42 grip is short. Even for me with smaller hands, this grip leaves without the mag. Well, if I had a regular base plate on there, it wouldn't be much lower than this, but it gives that pinky, nowhere to go. So I knew I was going to want a couple of these, and I knew I wanted this. So if I went with the Glock 42, that was going to allow me to purchase those, immediately and not have to wait. So that's the route I took. A lot of guys are going to say, well, the 9mm is more stopping power, it's a better round. Why didn't you go with that? I practice. I shoot a lot. A good placed 380 round, I am convinced, will stop any threat that I need in any situation where I'm going to need it. And I'm not talking the apocalypse, the zombie apocalypse, anything like that. This is to protect my family. Most stuff that, if anything does happen, it's going to be close quarters, I'm sure. And it's going to be like that. It's going to be not happening, and then boom, I'm in the shit. So I practice, I shoot a lot, and I'm not worried about it. I'm not concerned about the 380 round. That being said, like I said, I've got about 500 rounds, between 500 and 600 rounds through this thing. I have had no issues with it. It shoots really, really well. The bonus about this is I let my fiance shoot it. She loves it too. So what does that mean? Well, that means eventually I'm going to get my Glock 43 and I'll give this to her. I'll just tell her, hey, this gun, it really fits you. It's a good gun for you. Well, then I get to go get my Glock 43. See, just can't tell her that. But anyways, it's a great gun. I also looked at the SIG 365, and nothing against SIG, but they're kind of spendy, and I'm a Glock guy. SIG makes a great firearm. I would never dispute that. They make a great firearm. And I'm not a Glock fanboy, but I like Glocks. I've shot Glocks a lot. Most of the firearms I've owned have been Glocks. So I guess it's a little bit of familiarity. I'm used to Glocks, so just, if it works, don't change it. So, that being said, my review of the Glock 42 is it's a pretty goddamn good gun. I can't complain about it. I love the size. I've even been carrying this winter. Like right now, today, I'm carrying it. Today, I'm spending most of my time in my vehicle at work, so I knew I was going to be sitting. And this gun, this gun in the holster fits right in my little cup holder on the side of the door here. So all I got to do is reach down and grab it, and it's right there on the door, which my Glock 19 won't do. If I don't want to sit on my gun, I have to put it in the center console, and it's nice to, have it here right on my left-hand side. I can grab it if I need it. But yeah, great gun. I haven't done anything to it. I'm kind of holding off. I don't really like to mess around with the internals on my firearm. My Glock 19 does have True Glow aftermarket sights for it, and I will eventually do that to this firearm. Excuse me, I'm coming down with the hiccups. I will eventually do it for this firearm, but as of right now, I was just kind of wanting to run it and use it and carry it the way it came from the factory. So, yeah, good gun. If you're in the market for a smaller firearm, don't be afraid to go to the Glock 42. It is a good firearm, and definitely worth the money. And these ones have been out on the market now for quite a while, so you can find them used fairly cheap, and even new, they're cheap compared to, a lot of the higher end firearms. But I'm not looking for some fancy big name gun. Glock's a big name, but I don't care if it's black and looks like a brick. It's not a status piece. It's a tool. I carry it as a tool, and I would hope that most people that carry firearms have that mentality, just because, carrying a firearm is a big responsibility. You got to be level-headed. You got to keep your wits together. And not only that, stay out of shit. Don't get involved in shit. When you get involved in shit and you don't avoid trouble, especially with a firearms license and a concealed carry permit, or a carry permit, as it is in my state. We can conceal or we can carry open. It don't matter. As long as we have that carry license. It's wise to just, keep a level head, because it looks bad. Even if you are justified in a situation, if it happens in a place where you don't normally go, it's out of your daily pattern, people will look at it as, was he out there looking for a fight? And with the gun grabber shit going on in this country, jury, if they feel or have any idea that you were running out of your normal daily routine and you got into this situation, they are going to look at it as, or they're probably going to look at it as, you were looking for a fight. And you don't ever want it to go down that way, because even if you were right in the reaction, you will be found wrong for your reaction. So, anyways, I'm not on here to preach. You guys are all grown adults, and I'm sure you all know how to carry yourself. Anyways, don't be afraid to go look at this gun. It is a great gun. I absolutely love it. Very glad I got it, and happy to have it in my collection. Anyways, go to my channel, check out my vids. I got a bunch of videos. Like, subscribe, turn that bell notification on so when I do upload another video, you will be notified. Hopefully, YouTube's not the greatest about notifying, but hopefully you'll be notified and you can continue to come back. If you don't want to subscribe, that's okay too. Thank you for coming and watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you.